You ain't made them feel bad enough. Make them feel worse. But the moment I started really giving that energy to people is the moment they started feeling regret. All right. If you are anything like me, you hate having your time wasted. You hate when someone literally plans an event, or you spend weeks planning an event. You get your hair, your nails, your outfit, new shoes, babysitter, dog sitter, right? You make all the arrangements so you can go to the event, so you can go out on a date, and they cancel. You hate when everyone will RSVP, be talking about it for weeks, don't show up. Or the conversation just never ever leaves the group chat. I hate that. I got to the point where I just wasn't planning anything, and I wasn't inviting anybody to anything. And I've tried a lot of tips that they say online. It wasn't working for me. Like, this one lady was like, oh, well, when she was dating, she was like, oh, well, I charge guys to book a date with me. That didn't work for me. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the tips that actually did work, because I actually just got back from an evening. I'm worn out, and the gentleman paid for my gas, literally filled my gas tank up, which I appreciate. But I'm gonna tell you how I was able to convince him to do that. So let's talk about how to stop getting your time wasted and stop being played with. Number one, stop acting like it doesn't bother you. Now, I know that is probably a trigger. I know that is the opposite of what some of my videos say. So let me explain. There is a time and place for everything that I teach you, including when to act bothered and unbothered. Right? And so in this situation, oh, it's the time. This is when you need to act bothered. This is when you need to go into your dramatic bag, right? Because this is when you need to let them know, my time, my energy is valuable. And when I tapped into that, when I realized that acting unbothered was literally just giving them the green light to keep going and doing what they were doing, which is making plans and never going through with them, plans never leaving a group chat, family members, like everybody just not showing up. And what would I do? It's okay, whatever. I would act so unbothered, thinking that proves something. No, it doesn't prove anything. All it does is it makes it easier for them to do it again, because they're going to say, oh, yeah, he don't mind. She don't mind. Oh, yeah, they'd be cool with it. They can wait. And I'm telling you that because I have heard it. I have been in the car. I have been at the house. I have been on the other side when plans were supposed to get made with someone else. And they'll be like, oh, they'll be fine. They can wait. Oh, they didn't think twice about making that person wait or canceling. And when they called, you know what the person said? Okay, yeah, I guess, whatever. Here you go again. That was it. I was like, oh, that was me at one point. So that's why you don't mind canceling. That's why you don't mind showing up. Okay, bet. So, number one, you are bothered. It does bother you. And you are going to vocalize that. You are going to let them know it does bother you. You do not want to act like it's unbothersome when someone cancels plans on you. Be dramatic. Cry, scream, yell. Yes, give that energy. And I know a lot of you all that I'm not giving nobody that much energy. Okay, well then keep having them cancel. Keep having people cancel on you. Because the moment I started really giving that energy to people, it's the moment they started feeling regret. It's the moment something triggered in their brain and said, oh, I don't like this guilty feeling. I don't like the consequences that come with the actions of canceling plans on her. So become bothered. Vocalize it. Let them know. Put them through. This is my thing. If someone cancels on you, and by the time they get done canceling on you, they don't feel like they need to pay you for your time or your gas, you ain't made them feel bad enough. Make them feel worse. Before they get off that phone, they need to be like, what can I do to compensate you for your time, your energy? What's your Zelle? What's your Cash App? Make them pay. If you want to stop being played with, then you need to start making people pay. That's tip number one. Stop acting unbothered, because it is a problem. You are bothered. You did just waste my time. And that's a huge problem, because time is the one thing you can't get back, sis. or gentlemen, whoever watching this video, understand your time, your energy, your resources, you cannot get back. So it is a very big problem when you cancel on me. And that's how you should be carrying yourself, okay? All right, let's move on to tip number 2. Now, this is the money bag tip, okay? This tip right here makes it so that anytime anybody cancels on me, I'm getting a Zelle. I'm getting a Cash App. Like, something is happening. Now, you remember in the beginning of the video, I told you how I went out this morning and my gas tank, they filled up my gas. Well, let me tell you how that happened. So, I was going out with this particular gentleman this morning. We had made plans to meet up at 11 a.m. We were going to go to Barnes & Noble, get some Starbucks, you know, just catch up. We had made these plans 3 weeks ago. And I was checking in, making sure everything was good. They were saying it was great. I was like, okay, boom, perfect. Now, keep in mind, I do have to drive an hour into the city just to meet them, which isn't normally a problem if we're meeting during the weekday because I have to drive an hour into the city just to go to school, but we wasn't. And I did try to accommodate them and say, hey, let's meet during the week. But of course they had work, we had school. I normally don't get out of school till 6. I literally leave because my first class is at 10 and my last class gets out at 6. And this is like 3 days a week. Anyway, so they call themselves trying to cancel on me. What? Now, mind you, they already knew that I had to drive an hour out the way. They already knew that if they could have met with me earlier within the week, within the past 3 weeks during the weekday, so that, you know, it can be convenient for both of us. And you're about to try to cancel on me? Oh no, I implemented tip number 1. I got real dramatic. Are you serious? I could have been studying. I could have been at church. I could have been filming a video. I could have been doing something with my mother who's sick. I could have been doing something with my brothers. I could have been doing something else, but instead I got dressed. I went out and I did X, Y, and Z. I got up early just so I can make sure I'm there on time. I went to my school and I made sure that it was okay that I parked my car there on the weekend. I have went out of my way to make sure that I am here for you, that we make these plans, and you're going to cancel on me? I was so excited. Dramatic. I was so excited. I was looking forward to this. This is something that I got everybody involved with. I asked, can I use this car? Or I asked, can I use that? Or I borrowed my mama's this? Or I was so dramatic. I let them know how inconvenienced they had made me. How many hoops I had jumped through. Why? Because at the end of the day, if people don't understand the consequences behind their actions, they're not going to feel anything. And then on top of that, it goes into the psychological mindset of humans. They hate feeling guilty. Humans hate feeling uncomfortable. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make you feel so uncomfortable. I'm going to make you feel so guilty. And once I realized, I'm like, yeah, I do hate that feeling. Because I hate it when it was done to me. It was done to me a couple of years ago. Yeah, I'm always telling y'all a story. So I was supposed to meet up with one of my cousins, and I end up canceling. And when I say I regret it, it's literally a male cousin too. Made me feel so bad. Made me, like, till this day, I still feel so much remorse that I'm always like, hey, what are you doing? Are you in town? If they have something going on, I'm double checking, triple checking, making sure that I can be there early for them. Like, they tapped into my psychic, and made me feel so bad for canceling on them. And so I'm like, I hate that feeling. So what I do now when people try to cancel on me, oh no, you're going to feel bad. Because I realize that humans don't want to walk around with that feeling of, that uncomfortable feeling of being guilty, of feeling like, oh, something was undone, feeling like that they have put somebody in a really uncomfortable position. So I'm going to make you feel like that. And that's what I did. I made him feel like that. Him canceling on me meant the world was about to end. And you know what he did? Don't even worry about it. I am so sorry. You know what? Because of that, you are right. You are so right. When you get here, we're going to go and we're going to fill up your gas tank. Because you went out your way. You drove up here. Okay. And what did he do? I'm going to put a little video in here. My gas tank is full. You need to make them feel guilty. Humans hate feeling uncomfortable. So it's your job, when somebody cancels on you, make them feel so uncomfortable and guilty. Like I said in the first tip, they want to pay you for your inconvenience. If you didn't do that, you didn't do it right. All right, so now let's move on to tip number 3. Now, if you think number 1 was triggering, I know you're going to find number 3 very triggering. But I promise you, if you use these tips, if you stack them on top of each other, they're not going to cancel on you again. Okay? So, number 3 is do not be afraid to actually lead when it comes to planning the events. I know. Wait. I know you're like, I'm not doing all that. He got to plan it. She got to plan it. Listen to me. There's a reason why I'm telling you this. Because if you lead, right, number 1, well, there's multiple. Number 1, people like to be led. 99% of humans don't want to, they just want the plans to be made. Like, you want the plans to be made. You want that soft life, right? You just want, like, the guy to just make the plans. Sometimes you need to do it. And you can still be a soft feminine woman. You can still be in your soft girl era and while making the plans. For example, let's say you're planning a date and the guy wants to know, well, what do you like to eat? Oh, my favorite restaurant is boom. Tell him what your favorite restaurant is. I'm available at this time. Boom. So now he has the restaurant, he has the time. Keep maybe his top 3 restaurants, right? Let them know you only have one time available, 8 o'clock. For me, it was 11 a.m. I'm only available at 11 a.m. If you can't see me at 11 a.m. on a Saturday, then you're not going to see me at all. Like even when I do my business meetings, I'm only available on Thursdays. That is the one day I'm available, and I'm literally available at 11 a.m. If you don't see me at 11 a.m., then you're not going to see me at all until probably another 2 weeks, 3 weeks, if I decide to put you on my schedule. Depending on, because I'm booked. The one thing about me, your girl is booked. I always have something going on in my life. But that happened because I realized I can still be a very soft, feminine woman while still leading. Right? So when it comes to booking the dates or planning the dates, right? Or even when I'm hanging out with a family, hanging out with maybe a guy, a girlfriend, someone, I'm always like, all right, so I know you like hookah, or I know you like, eating this type of food, or I know your work schedule is this, so let's do that. Right? And the reason why I do that is because, number 1, I know people like to be led, and it's okay. But number 2, I do it over text message. Because guess what it does? I'm pretty sure y'all already know. Yep, it saves to their Google Calendar or whatever calendar for Apple people. I'm an Android user. I love my Android. It saves. It saves as an event. And I can always go back and read that message, read that thread to see, okay, this is what we planned. Let's talk about my event this morning, right? So after the guy, tried to, I got so much to tell y'all. So after he tried to cancel on me and it didn't go through, he was felt guilty. He said, oh, he's going to pay for my gas. Okay, boom. Then it comes time for us to actually be there at the location. He's late. The only thing that saved him was I was late too. That's the only thing that saved him, girl. I was late too. But normally when he shows up somewhere, he calls me. And I'm like, oh, it's 11 o'clock. He ain't called me. Okay, cool. Because I hadn't even left the house. Yeah. I know, shame on me. But I hadn't even left the house. And it really is an hour drive. So, but I was like, you know what? That's what you get for trying to cancel on me. Anyway. So, he ends up calling me at like 11:45. Now, mind you, I am closer to the area now. I'm literally like maybe 15 minutes away. And he was like, oh, where are you at? Where are you at? I was like, I left. I left because I told you to meet me there at 11. Child, I hadn't even made it to the place. But he was like, what? I was like, yeah. So what time is it now? It's 11:47. I waited over 40 minutes for you. I left. I'm not about to sit here and waste time. You've already upset my morning. I've already went out my way, and then you're going to be late. You didn't tell me you were going to be late. There has to be consequences to people's actions. Okay, so understand that. There has to be consequences to people being late if they find out you late. Now, if you can get away with it, girl, you better slide on in there. But if they be late, make them pay. And not always monetary, but, a little, ain't nothing wrong with that. So, again, he was like, oh, well, I'm sorry. I was like, yeah, I went out and got some coffee, so I guess, I don't know. I honestly, I really don't know. He was like, no. I promise you, I'll wait right here for you. I was like, okay, well, I'm probably not going to be there till like a little after 12 because I have to turn all the way back around now. And then he tried to throw in there, you said you was going to call me. No, I didn't. I never said I was going to call you. Why would I? That wouldn't make any sense. And so I was looking, I said, no, go through the thread. When have I ever said I was going to call you and let you know I was there? I said our plans were to meet exactly at 11. And I was like, so don't do that. I said, it's already bad enough you late. It's already, like, you try to cancel, then you're late. Like, it's already, I guess you just don't want me to show up. Keep guilting them. And they were like, no, don't worry about it. I'll wait. Okay. That's the reason why I always make sure that when it comes to planning something, I don't mind taking the lead. Now, if it's a big family trip, I'm going to need some help with that. I'm probably going to hire somebody because that's not my specialty. But if it's like a coffee date or like a, Barnes & Noble date, or if it's just some outing, I don't mind taking the lead. If it's a date, I don't mind giving the guy, a couple of options and then my one time slot that I'm available. That's as much lead as I'm going to give you. But it saves to my Google Calendar, so there's no reason why. And even the details, there's no miscommunication at all. So when it comes to getting people to stop playing with your time, it's okay to take the lead. There are some situations where you actually need to be the leader. Because if you combine everything that I just told you, there's no reason why people, number one, people should feel guilty. Number two, there's no reason why your time, if people do go ahead and cancel, shouldn't be compensated. And number three, you're realizing how to balance your feminine and, if y'all want to call it, masculine energy, and how to be a feminine leader. And when you combine those things, what happens is people stop canceling on you because they realize, I'm going to have to pay this girl. I feel so guilty. I'm going to have to pay her, and I don't want to have to keep paying her, so I might as well just go ahead and go with the plans. That is how you literally stop people from playing with your time and to take you serious, because you have to take you serious. You have to take your time serious. And if you act nonchalant, act like it's not a big deal, guess what? They're not going to make it a big deal. You are just going to be one of the many people they canceled on that week. Not me. Not me. Now, I have a little homework assignment for you. Okay? What are the consequences to someone canceling on you? Besides just walking away and never giving them access to you again, which 9 times out of 10, they probably not going to care about, especially if it's a guy. He ain't going to care. Girl, just like there's a million men, there's a million women. He's just going to go on to the next girl. So, I want you to list what are the consequences to somebody canceling on you. Because for me, it depends. It might be financial. You might get moved to the trick list. You might not, you might not get access to me, but that's not the very first thing. You're going to feel guilty. There's a list of consequences if someone canceled on me. Because at that point, you are inconveniencing me. You're trying to make plans for my life. You're trying, The moment you try to make me feel like I'm not a priority when I know I am, okay, I'm going to show you. So that's your homework for this video. I want you to list what are all the consequences for someone canceling on you. And if you can't list any consequences, then that means to me personally that you didn't make yourself a priority, that you didn't make it important to make sure they attend that event. And just to throw like a little monkey wrench in your plan, and it cannot be, oh, they just don't get access to me again. Nope, you can't say that. You can't say that. So, because I want these people to have some sort of access, even if it's just looking at you from a distance. They can't touch you, can't do nothing, just look at you from a distance. How do you, what is the consequence to them canceling on you? Because once you're able to make that list, then you're like, oh, dang, yeah, I am a priority. You're going to see how valuable you are. And for me, and I think I already said this, but it's literally just moving a guy to the trick list. And I can make another video on the trick list, but when you get moved to the trick list, baby, you will never get direct access to me again. First of all, no guy gets direct access to me. If you're not my man, you don't know my name or my actual phone number. But if you get moved to the trick list, ciao, have a good day.